Welcome, and thank you for joining for another whiskey review. Today, we're going to take a look at the 2020 Diageo Special Release of the Cragganmore 20-year-old. Dustin, your bottle, what can you tell me about it?
Yeah, Mike, so it's cask strength, it's 20 years old, and it's recharred ex-bourbon barrels, American oak, which seems like a extra wording, but they apparently felt the need to tell us that it was American oak that was used for bourbon barrels.
Yeah, what I would assumed it was, especially based on color. So you said this is cask strength, and it does say natural cask strength on the bottom of the label here.
Yep.
55.8% ABV. It's a big ABV for 20 years.
Yeah, now a lot of people got really excited about the 2019 release of Cragganmore, which was a 12-year peated cask. Mm-hmm. This one is not peated.
Yeah, I wasn't able to get my hands on that, but you're right, multiple people have been impressed with that bottle.
Yeah.
So it's probably worth our time to try to see if we can get our hands on it.
Yeah, no, that's definitely one I'd be interested in. I found that I like Cragganmore's malt. It's a very sweet, fruity stuff, and well, it's just, right here on the nose,
Yep.
it's like tutti fruity bubble gum and like vanilla wafers and ice cream and.
No, I've had this a couple times with you, but this is the first time we really kind of sat down and dug into it. But you're right. Initially, you get that vanilla sweetness.
I'm even getting some Skittles on here, Mike.
Not
the traditional ones, but like the tropical fruit ones. It's just sweet, candied, and like there's a nice oak. You can tell this actually noses like it for real is 20 years old. Sometimes, we have these 46 percenters and we're kind of like, yeah, it says it's 21 years old. Like, we're thinking 15, 18. This one right here, 20 years old for sure.
Yeah, it smells like definitely there's some age there. Because along with that vanilla, and you're right, there was a lot of sweetness too, but a very, very woody oak note. Not overly woody, but it's just a compliment, but it's plainly obvious. It almost gives it sort of a drying note to the sweetness.
It's heavy oak. There's no subtlety here. This is oak.
And you said this was, I think you said this was overly charred, right? No?
Recharred,
right. Yeah, it's very similar like the Talisker 15 in that regard, to where you can just smell that ashier type of wood smoke to it. But you need time in the cask to get that done. 15, 20 years, which fortunately we have here.
Yep.
What do you pick up on the palate?
Same thing as the nose. It's actually very, very complimentary. Same sweetness, same brightness, heavy vanillas, a lot of fruits, a lot of oak. It's a very clean oak, very robust oak. And I gotta say, when I first opened this, I was a little unsure what I was getting and was a little disappointed. This has been open for about 4 months, I think.
At least.
I got this as soon as the 2020 releases came out. And it's opened up, it's gotten fruitier, it's gotten sweeter. It's got probably 4 or 5 notes in here.
That's what I was kind of doing. You said it was very similar, and there are a lot of similarities from the nose to the palate, but on the palate, man, the fruits really shine here, in my opinion. There's like a peach pear sort of mix with it, almost with a nice like little lemon pledge note to it. That's kind of like two separate things just kind of running in the same direction. And I didn't get, and the vanilla's still there, of course, and it's oaky. And maybe kind of at the end, it's medium finish, but it's still kind of savory. I think kind of driven home by that ABV.
Yeah, no, 100% with you. I think, again, it's not a super complex whiskey, but it is a very good quality, fruit forward, nice oaked, well-aged whiskey.
This is a perfect whiskey for this time of year. So when we're recording this is April, and the sun's out 75 degrees or something today. It's just a nice day. This is a nice whiskey for a warm weather. Tell you what, it's good wood to start with.
Yeah, no, this is the first whiskey of the day, and you're just nice. It's everything about this is pleasant, nice, really well put together.
There's also some a bit of a honey note now that we add a little bit of water to. It's kind of coming up for me, almost sort of reminiscent of an older Balvenie.
It's reminding me a little bit of honeycombs now, with like the wood kind of giving that cereal grain note, and then the honey. Yeah, the fruit's still there.
But that lemon that I first noticed on the palate's really kind of showing up now on the nose, especially since we've added this water.
Yeah, it's yellow Skittles. Yellow Skittles.
Lemon Skittles?
Yeah, legitimately. I'm not even getting as much vanilla now. I'm mostly getting that lemon Skittle.
Yeah, the lemon note with water is really shot up.
Yeah, man, it does. It's a nice nose. Nice nose.
Yeah, I tell you what, I've said this before, some things I like about Diageo, some things I wish they did differently, especially when it comes to coloring their whiskey. But I tell you what, the special releases in general, I'm impressed with. Not the price initially, but in general, I'm impressed with these Diageo special releases. Going back to 2015, they've all had dynamite whiskeys in their lineup.
Yep.
None better than 2016.
That was a great year.
Great year for
Yeah.
them. Let me ask you this: what did you pay for something like this?
So actually, believe it or not, U.S. price was $155.
Oh, I remember when you said you got that. That is a good.
UK price was 100. Wow. 90 to 100. So this was the other reason why people were really excited about this was a 20-year-old age statement, cask drink, and at an incredibly affordable price. And I gotta say, Mike, for the price,
Dynamite.
I've got nothing bad to say about this whiskey.
No.
This is a serious value bottle.
Yeah, it's not often we say that, especially something that was released just last year. But you're right. For $150, this has age, oak.
When's the last time we said the U.S. price was a value on anything?
It's been a long time.
Yeah.
It's been too long. And who knows? Maybe 10 years from now,
We'll be looking back on,
Exactly.
God, remember those days?
Yeah.
Springbank 25 was only 900.
Buddy, I remember 10 years ago when Macallan 18 was 169, and I was just like, man, that's just too much. Boy,
I remember I had that at a bar one day. I finished like a big project, and I had the company, paying for my dinner that night. So I went out. I was like, all right, I'm gonna get myself some, something nice. So I got went to the best place I could go to because it was late at night. Because I'd worked till like 10 o'clock. So I got this awesome cheeseburger, and I'm like, hey, let me get a glass of the Macallan 18.
So you went with a cheeseburger instead of a steak?
At the place I was at, the cheeseburger was the better option.
All right.
It was actually we went together there, a Rusty Bucket.
Oh, yeah. That might have been a better option in that place.
In that place, that was what you got there. It was a bacon cheeseburger. It's delicious. And that Macallan 18 went perfectly with it.
Well, at least you had the dessert right.
Exactly.
That was a good one to have.
No, I was going for a steak. Trust me, that's what I wanted.
All right, buddy. Good whiskey. We've had this a few times.
Yeah.
Again, very enjoyable, pleasant whiskey. It's not something that, the first time I had it, I thought, wow. I thought, oh, it's something I like, but not wow. So in regards to your whiskey score, I would say I would put this at an 87 out of 100. I like this whiskey.
Yeah.
It's a really good whiskey. It's value for the money, and I would pay $150 for this right now.
Yeah.
Where are you at?
In my head, I was 86, but 87 is right where I was kind of starting to teeter back and forth.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm going to go 86, Mike, but it's right there with an 87.
86, 87. Good whiskey. Good
Very,
whiskey.
very good. Value for your money. And guys, anything over an 85 for us at this point is pretty darn good quality.
Yeah, that's my opinion. I wish I could go back and rescore everything, like create like a spreadsheet and just say, this is what this is now, adjust this here, whatever. The point is, good whiskey. If you get your hands on it, especially for that price, I would say go for it. Dustin, until next time, what do we wish the folks?
Happy drinking.
See you next time.